Hello, hello, everyone. I have another Target thing for us today. So, this was the ceramic vase and plate set. Now, going into this, I knew that I had to use the paint that I was given, and I knew that I had to bake it. Um, the paint sucks, guys. It's super streaky. There's not enough for a second coat. And nothing really turned out awesome. So I wanted to do this like China esque vibe, especially with the vase, because I wanted to give it for Mother's Day. Spoiler alert, I didn't. Um, so I wanted to use the white, the blue, and the dark blue for it. But one paintbrush was so streaky, the paint itself is streaky, and so nothing turned out good. It was really frustrating. So because of this, I had to really quickly rearrange my ideas. I was going to do something fun, so I ended up doing my signature swirls, hoping that that would kind of turn out decent. It was fine. I don't know. I don't like it very much. And this is at the point where I was starting to become frustrated. I didn't know necessarily if I would be able to do it. I did do lots of my little swirlies here. I did kind of back and forth. I think how I fixed it in the end turned out fine. I do that with a question mark. I did end up using white and the light blue here as well. Um, Now, here's the thing, the dish, which you're about to see, that now that frustrated me to no um and here's the thing. One issue I had with this is that the surface was really shiny. It's supposed to emulate this porcelain kind of look. However, I think that if they kept it a rough surface and then they gave us a gloss to go on top of it in order to get the shiny, it would have been a much more successful project. And this would have been better for artists like me. Because it was shiny, you'll see that it just doesn't really turn out very well. It's streaky and there's no control. I wanted to do this kind of like seashell looking vibe, um, but it was so streaky and it was so hard to control my paintbrush. It was so hard to control where the lines were going and how it was affected. So if Target had left this a rough surface, it would have been easier in the long run than if it were that glossy surface that it is. So this is when I returned to it. This is how it dried. Again, it doesn't look good, right? So this is when I originally was going back in to do a second coat, and I hard pivoted it because at this point, when I was going back over it, it was taking off the paint that I had already painted. Yep. So I decided to keep on going, see what I could do. Um, but I was getting really frustrated at this point, and so I just made sure I had enough of that darker color, basically used all up that darker color, so then I can move on to my lighter blues and to my whites. So what I ended up doing is I used a stippling effect where I basically made it this softer kind of vibe, and you'll see it in just a second, but the softer way allowed it to turn out fine. Yeah. So I think that in the end, it turned out okay. I will not be giving this to my mom. This is not the quality of art that I'm used to or usually produce. So up to you to decide. And I did the same stippling effect with the shell because I don't like how it turned out at all. In fact, I hate that more than I do the vase here. This is when I started the stippling effect. I figured that this was its best chance. Yeah. So you see, it's more cloudy. And I did go over with that lighter color, and then I eventually went back in with the white in order to get like highlights. I did that with the shell as well. So I don't know. Maybe you like it. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Oh well. So let me know what you think. I don't know. We'll see. Next.